Hey there, Alan Matthews here from Classical Guitar Shed, and let's talk about the hands. Here's the problem. Whenever we're playing a strenuous piece, it's got a lot of bar chords, or whenever there's big stretches or whatever happens to be going on, if it's a strenuous left hand, we oftentimes make right hand mistakes. And why is that? And that is because of tension crosstalk. And that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to this channel. Tension crosstalk is when we're very tense in one hand, or there's a lot of muscular effort needed in one hand, and that tension crosses over into the other hand to where that other hand is using more tension, more muscular force than is necessary for the job at hand. So this oftentimes happens when we do have like pieces. This is a piece by Marco Pereira, great Brazilian composer, and called Flor das Águas, and it's full of bar chords, right? But then it also requires a very delicate right hand. Da-da-da-dum, bum, da-da-da-dum. It's very, it should be very light and free in the right hand. So then the goal is to have the right hand to be very comfortable and loose, not tense and hard, but yet we need to actually do the work in the left hand, which is a bunch of bar chords. So then what's happening is, as this hand fatigues, the whole body, or even just the other hand, also tenses up to try to help. And so as it helps, it reduces the ability to move with the other hand. The exact same thing if something really fast is going on, faster than our ability in our right hand, then the left hand may get stiff and not be able to move chords as fast. It might slow down the movement of the left hand because it could be gripping more. This could also go into shoulders and anything else. So then what do we do about this? Well, first off is, knowing's half the battle, as G.I. Joe always said. So the first thing is to recognize when this is happening, and also to work on it in your practice. So if you happen to be missing notes a lot in some piece, and you're feeling tired, or your hands are getting fatigued when you're playing, then time out and take a look at what might be the case. It could be that both hands are getting tired at the same time, or it could be that one hand is working appropriately hard and the other one is working inappropriately hard. So then the goal is to gain independence between the hands. And how do you do that? Well, the more work that we do hands separately, then the better, or with very simple other hand. So for instance, I like this little slur exercise. This is just all hammer-on and pull-offs, and then my thumb is just playing over here. So there's very little effort needed in this hand. I can actually do it. And then so, yes, I'm practicing the slurs. At the same time, I can practice releasing this hand and keeping this hand very soft. So then the slur exercise it's a left-hand exercise. But as an added bonus to that, I can also focus my attention on the right hand and see how is it reacting under this, especially if it's like fast and it's technical and strenuous. Then can I release my right hand so that it's not doing anything other than is necessary? Can I imagine the palm being very soft and wide, and this muscle over here, the karate chop muscle on the side of your hand, can that be really released as well so that you can... So now we're playing with tension in the opposite hand, right? So in the exact same way that we do that, we can work on our right hand with our scales. Well, this takes a lot of left hand as well. So what if we do just the right hand by itself? I'm just fooling around. It's 4 each. And then release this hand as much as possible. What happens when we get louder? Can you feel anything going into this other hand as you get louder, or as you get faster, as you reach the limits of your ability, be it volume or speed or the two together? Then what's happening in the other hand? What's happening in the other arm? Anything like that. Another way to do this is just to, I'm just going to do this right here, is to grab your arms like this. And with one so that way you're grabbing two things. And so squeeze with one while releasing the other, and then slowly replace them. Release that one, and now start squeezing this one. And notice how one can squeeze and the other can release and go back and forth. Another exercise, and I won't do it here, is to get two books and just hold them above a table like this and just squeeze them both tight, and then start releasing one so that it can slide down. So that way you can get a very fine edge on how much tension is necessary to hold the book, and then can I slowly release the other book, to let it fall. And then you go back and forth so that you're playing with different amounts of muscular effort in each hand. And so this can enable you then in your music to use less tension. The other thing is that as you're playing, you can build in little breaks where you just stop everything. So with this musical example again, I have a shift right here, right? Instead of just jumping right into the chord, what you can do is practice putting a space there. So practice this spot in this thing. It moved right there. Stop. Release everything, and then start over. Stop. So that we get that moment, and then whenever we put it back in tempo, we'll have that cellular memory of there being a break right there, and we can just reduce the amount of tension. So you can, if you have a long note, if you have a shift, if you have any time where there's not a strenuous moment, then what you can do then is in your practice, create a point of release in that so that you can get rid of anything else that's not necessary, especially in strenuous pieces that are fast, that are relentless. This is La Cazza Draw by Barrios. Where do you release? Because it's a long song. It's a long tune. And so where do you actually find any break for your hand so that you're not just redlining by the 8th bar of the piece? And the answer is you add in, you find little spots to release. And you make the practice of doing it in those spots. So these are some tips on tension crosstalk. The main thing is that you're aware of it, and whenever you start to make mistakes and it doesn't seem like your fingers are working properly in some spot, if you're not moving fast enough with your fingers or they're not getting where they need to be, it could be that there's a tension crosstalk problem going on, and that's one of the things that you can try to eradicate the mistake. All right, hope you've enjoyed this. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Please subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye.